fallacy of delusional confidence. Being confident is obviously important. If you're not confident at all, nobody wins. You don't win in life, you don't win in sport, you don't win. But there's a level where it's too much as well. But until it's too much, it can be very, very, very powerful. Now, the number one example of where I see this, she's not fighting anymore, but was Ronda Rousey. She was very good at judo. She was incredible at judo, especially as far as like MMA fighters are concerned. She was like one of the best judokas ever that could translate it to MMA. But one of the reasons I feel like that she won so much was just how confident she was. It didn't seem like she was just confident in her judo. She was confident as a mixed martial artist. She truly believed that she had great hands, which if anybody has seen her shadowboxing, it's quite clear that she did not have great hands. Now, some of that is the fault of her coach, I believe, because he wasn't being 100% honest with her. Maybe he was trying to prop her up. But regardless, once that fails, it's catastrophic. Until it fails, it's the things that lead to stardom. Like even to this day, Ronda Rousey, you say that to anybody that even has a small understanding of mixed martial arts, and they know who that is. They know exactly who she is, right? Which can't be said for so many other great mixed martial artists that were far better than her. And I feel it's because of the air that she had when she was fighting, when she was talking to opponents. Like, she really believed the hype. Now, why could that be beneficial? Why could it be beneficial to believe that you're better than you are? Well, any disbelief of oneself will lead to hesitation, which is a massive killer. Like, if you're the type of person that hesitates, it's very, very difficult to succeed in mixed martial arts because you are forced to make very split-second decisions, okay, that are live or die decisions, right? Win or lose decisions. And you have to make those repeatedly all the way through fighting. And you have to get those right. If you get them wrong, it's very, very bad. Now, if you don't believe in yourself, you're gonna hesitate when you see that. When that decision happens, when the time to make a decision happens, you're gonna be second guessing yourself. Oh, maybe I should shoot a takedown. Oh, but I don't know, what if he does this? What if he does that? If you're running all that stuff in your head, it's too late. The takedown is gone and maybe something bad is gonna happen to you now, right? But if you see something or feel something that is available or looks like it's available and your body just immediately does it, that's what stars are made of. That's what winners are made of. That's what creates champions. And it's almost impossible to do that if you're not confident. So even if the confidence is delusional, if you believe you are way better than you are, if you believe that you cannot be knocked out, but you can, because everybody can be knocked out. And we've seen this, right? There's many, many people that have come along that are like, oh, I have a head of stone, like nobody can knock me out. And then because they believe that, they're willing to go into places that are somewhat dangerous, but the lack of hesitation helps them to win in those situations, even if they're getting clapped. And I've experienced this because I've had times where, like, especially after I suffered my 2 knockout losses, right? Like, and when I was on The Ultimate Fighter, I got knocked out by Chad Laprise, broke my jaw. And then right after that, I got signed to the UFC. My very first UFC fight, I got knocked out by Tai Hyun Bong. Now, after that, I was somewhat traumatized from fighting and had a bit of PTSD, and it took me a while to get over. Now, I was really gun shy. I created a whole system of fighting around not getting hit, so it was very hard to hit me, but I was terrified of getting hit. And it was harder for me to pull the trigger in those instances. Now, I remember what it was like before that. I remember what it was like when I didn't really, it's not like I believed that no one could knock me out, but I believed that it was very hard to knock me out. That kind of stuff happened to other people. And because of that, I was willing to pull the trigger in situations that I wouldn't have done otherwise. So I've seen both sides of this coin. And it is very, very, very useful to have that self-belief. Now, where it can really get you into trouble is that you can get to a place where you've got so much hype behind you, you've got so much going for you, and then your belief gets broken, right? Like this is the Ronda Rousey story, right? And I'm sure there's numerous other examples we could bring up as well, but hers was just so obvious, right? As soon as she got knocked out, it was like she became a whole nother person. Right? If you just believe that you can beat everyone, no one will ever beat you, no one will ever defeat you, and then you lose, it's so much harder to come back. Whereas if you were somewhat realistic, right? Like you could take George St. Pierre as a model for this, because that dude is terrified. He definitely believes that it's possible for him to lose, and that actually motivates him to close every single hole that's available, right? That do work 7 days a week and like train 7 days a week to make sure that no one can touch him. So that in the event that he does lose, in the event that he is beaten, whether that's knockout, submission, whatever, he already knew that he was vulnerable. He already knew that it was possible. So it's much easier to mount a comeback and to become a better version of himself. Whereas the person who has that delusional confidence that goes a little too far, Conor McGregor comes to mind as well, although the guy does come back, so it's not 100% Conor. I know that he's a little bit realistic somewhere deep down in that brain of his. If the belief is broken and you're delusionally confident, it is almost impossible for you to come back and be the same person that you were. Maybe over a long period of time, you can learn how to fight with that fear that's in you now. But it's much, much harder. So which one is better? Is it better to be realistic and have a little bit more hesitation? Or is it better to be delusionally confident, to believe that no one can touch you, no one in the world can beat you? Honestly, I don't know. I don't experience that delusional confidence. I've always had quite a negative mind. It tells me that I'm not good enough, tells me that everybody can beat me, tells me that they're too strong and too good, right? And I have to overcome those thoughts. So that's all I know, right? And I know that it can be difficult, but it can be overcome. The other road seems easier at first, but harder at the end. So in conclusion, I would have to say be real. Be real, be honest with yourself. And if you're able to be honest with yourself in your faults, in your abilities, positive and negative, then over time you will overcome and you will be victorious.
If you want to fight in MMA like this right now, this is the perfect time to sign up for my Pro Fight Guide. Every single video that I ever release, including the anti-wrestler guide, which is like 70 plus videos. We got the MMA basics course that we're building right now, getting new videos out there every single week. This is my 22 years of MMA experience bottled up in one package. I fought in the UFC. I train elite guys. Ali Wasuk just won the belt. BFL Bantamweight champion. If you want to be like this guy, get into this course right now. You also get access to my private community. You'll be able to talk directly to me. Send me things that you're struggling with. Say you're getting armbarred by everybody, getting smashed by wrestlers, you're getting ground and pounded, whatever the situation is, let me know and I will personally help you. I can send you videos. You can send me your training videos, but I'm not letting too many more people in, so get in now before we close it off forever.